Hey guys, welcome to my new vlog slash video blog slash video journal YouTube thing that I'm doing. I don't exactly know what to call it or what it is. My name is Burks. Most of you that are watching this probably already know me through my social media or wherever else you're finding this video. If you don't, I'll give a little bit of insight into who I am, what I'm about later on in the video. The title of this project is going to be My Aloha. It is a journey into solitude, independence, personal discovery, self love, and awakening to my higher purpose. So it's kind of just a personal journal of sorts where I can document my experience and share publicly what I'm going through in my life, the things that I'm thinking about, the things that interest me, the things that make me happy, or that puzzle me, or whatever. I um, find it very cathartic to share my personal experience as I go through it, whether it's in writing or video or art. It's always been my way of kind of moving through things, through blockages, through obstacles in my life. So I feel like this may be a very good opportunity for me to get out of my head a little bit and just share what I'm going through with people, hopefully open a dialogue and possibly provide insight or help other people along their path. Some of the written things I've been sharing, captions and things that I've been sharing with my photos and my artwork, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and mention that I've been able to spark something within them or help them work through something that they're going through in their life. So if this project can do that, I will be very grateful. I've been feeling called to it for a while, so I think that may be something that it may serve in the community. A short explanation of how this project started and then of exactly what the project is. For the last 2.5 years or so of my life, I've been going through some pretty deep personal transformation and growth. It's been very difficult. It's been relatively hard. I mean, everyone's pain and everyone's growth is their own. There's definitely a lot that other people have been through that's much more life threatening and terrible than the things I've been through. But like I said, pain is relative, so growth is relative. Short explanation of how it happened. About 2.5 years ago, my life was pretty great by all outward appearances. I mean, I gainfully self-employed. I was driving a nice car. I was living in a nice condo. I had a beautiful girlfriend who I'd been dating for 4 years at that point. We were really happy. I was really happy. Things were good. I was working on my health and my body image. And as I was doing that, I was making decisions and taking action on things that were supposed to be making me feel a lot better physically and mentally, and the opposite was happening. So, as I pushed myself in the gym, changed my diet to eat healthier food, all that kind of thing, those kinds of things, um, I was seeing the opposite results. I was very run down. I was very tired. I was very sick. A lot of the foods I was eating were bothering me really bad in my gut, in my body. I It all kind of culminated in a situation where I had some hormone problems, some adrenal dysfunction, some gut dysbiosis, food sensitivities, all sorts of basically everything was just really out of whack. And I'd begun my path to what I know now is healing, but at the time it was very terrifying. That relationship ended after about a year of health struggles and 5 years of being together, which was incredibly difficult to face. I love very deeply. I'm very emotional, very intense person, and when I go through those types of things, I struggle pretty hard. And so, where I was already struggling with my health issues, to have this massive breakup kind of put on top of it was just pushed me over the edge. And a lot of my health issues had to do with stress and adrenal dysfunction and things like that. So, a major change was not very welcome. After that relationship ended, I moved on extremely quickly. Within 2 months, I was in another relationship and living with that person. That relationship was absolutely incredible. Um, I immediately recognized myself in her. We both were dealing with a lot, grieving a lot. Um, I had one of the best summers of my entire life. We spent the entire summer just having adventures and exploring the place we lived and each other and getting to know each other. And it was an incredible experience. There was a lot of not so incredible mixed in there that I didn't see at the time. We both had a lot of healing to do, a lot of personal dysfunction that kind of played off of one another. But long story short, to spare the details and respect everyone's privacy, there was a lot of good and a lot of bad. And around fall of last year, things begun to shift a little bit. We both stopped partying, we stopped drinking, we started pursuing a more spiritual path. Um, there was a lot of things involved in that spiritual path that I realize now were not very healthy. A lot of pseudo spirituality, and that's something I'll probably address in another video. Anyhow, that was going on at the same time that we were planning a move to Hawaii, which is something I've had a dream to do for a very long time. So we made plans to move to Hawaii in March of this year, 2017. And that's actually where I'm recording this video from, is my backyard in Oahu, Hawaii, my meditation space that I sit every day. I come here to find some solitude and focus. So, getting a little bit too into everything about this short explanation is becoming a very long explanation. But we moved here in March, and by April, everything drastically shifted within our relationship. When she informed me that she was done with our romantic relationship and would be moving to another neighboring island. At this point, pretty much got my health in order. Things were looking much better. I was feeling much better. Um, I'm very blessed to wake up almost every day now in next to perfect health. So luckily, that blow didn't come like the last one a year before, but it definitely came strong. And that's when this project was born. So that's kind of what the relevance of my story and my explanation and my past are in terms to what you're watching now in this introduction video. So that moment sparked something within me that I'm still trying to comprehend and still trying to understand. In June of this year, I went back home to do some healing and some soul searching. And on my way back to the island, I was thinking about the fact that I was coming back to very little. I was coming back to, I shouldn't say very little, I was coming back to a lot. This place is incredible. There's an incredible mana that runs through this land, or life force. And it's definitely been speaking to me since I got here. And so I was coming back to a lot, and I see what I was coming back to now. But at the time, I was thinking about how I was coming back to having very few friends and very few family here, people I could relate to. I live in the middle of the jungle. I'm in one of the smallest towns on the North Shore, and so I was very isolated. And that's when I came up with the idea of my Aloha and this project. I knew I was coming back to solitude, and I knew I was going to have to find my independence and my personal discovery of what makes me happy and what fulfills me. I tend to look for fulfillment and affirmation in others a lot of the time, or I have in the past. And so being alone was terrifying, but I knew that this was a journey to something bigger, something within myself, and an awakening to some type of higher purpose or deeper understanding of who I was and why I'm here. So, in that, and to kind of wrap this video up, I want to keep it short because it is just supposed to be the introduction video to this project. The idea behind the project is my Aloha, which in Hawaiian, aloha is a greeting, hello, goodbye. It's commonly used that way anyway, but it generally means love, peace, and compassion. So my aloha is kind of like my love or my peace. What brings me love, what brings me peace, and helps me share my compassion. Some weird stuff going on in the jungle right now. Basically, for me, my aloha is my artwork. I've been practicing style writing, or what most people call graffiti art, for over half of my life. I've been um, I've been writing for about 14 years. I've done paid murals, I've done canvas works, gallery shows, all that kind of stuff. So that's something that's been with me for a really long time, and I find a lot of joy in. I make music. I guess you could call it electronic dance music. It's somewhat experimental. I'm working on an album right now. I'm really trying to finish that up. It's going to be a visual album, so it's going to have video that will go along with the music, the original music. The other ways I find my aloha have been here in Hawaii, bodyboarding, hiking, soaking up the mana in the land, meditating, just enjoying this beautiful space. It's an absolutely magical island, and anyone who's been here knows as soon as they land, they can feel it. There's something in the air here. So that's a very big part of my aloha, is being in this space. I'm also pretty into my spiritual practices, meditation. Um, I practice yoga a lot now, which is new for me. I was more into bodybuilding in the past, but I do a mix of the two now. I find that yoga gives me a very centered spiritual release when I do it. My family and my friends, my ohana, are absolutely everything to me. I've been so blessed with such a good support system, such an incredible group of people that surround me and support me in everything I do, in both my friends and my relatives. It's absolutely incredible. That is one of my biggest parts of my aloha. It just fills my heart. And then to kind of wrap it up, this type of thing, creating some sort of forum, some sort of discussion and open dialogue about spiritual spiritual practices, or the way the world works, or why we're here, or the God and the universe, and all these things. These birds are just crazy today. And teaching and sharing and being some sort of conduit for that type of energy to flow through me. That is a big part of my aloha and what makes me very happy in my life. So that's why I'm sharing this video and starting this project, is to just talk about those things and share anything that is my aloha. I want to end with this amazing quote that I found from a kahuna here in Hawaii that explains what aloha is. It says, "Come forward,
Be in unity and harmony with your real self, God and mankind. Be honest, truthful, patient, kind to all life forms, and humble. He also stated that in the Hawaiian of old, aloha meant God and us. So, I'm a very spiritual person. I don't have a problem with the term God. I've made peace with it. But if you do, um, you can replace that with the universe or spirit or Gaia or whatever you refer to the creator and spirit as. But I think it's very important that we all question what and where is our aloha? What is God in us? What what is that divine spark and what makes us happy? What brings us to a place of peace, love, and compassion? And how can we share that with the world? So I encourage you all to think about that, comment, share, interact with me on social media. I know this is a bit long for an intro video, uh, but I think I covered everything that I wanted to discuss here and open this dialogue. So thank you all for spending your time watching this and supporting me. If you're watching it on YouTube, please like or subscribe and do all that fun stuff. I think it's down there somewhere. And let me know, what is your aloha? What makes you happy? What fills you with the creator and that creative force?